If we could do the roll call.
Joletta Collins,
Present.
Member Jamie Lewis,
Here.
Member Frank Farkas, Member Andy Miletta.
Here.
Thank you. Would someone like to motion to approve the minutes from the previous meeting?
Make a motion, we approve the minutes from the meeting on December 26th, as well as November 28th, which were tabled.
I second.
We have a motion and a second. Liz, could you call roll?
Member Joletta Collins?
It's Joetta. Joetta.
Joetta.
Yes.
Okay. Member Joetta Collins?
Yes.
Member Jamie Lewis?
Yes.
Member Andy Miletta.
Yes.
Do we have any unfinished business? Hearing none, we'll go on to the new business. Number 1, Dr. Peggy Pritchett, breast cancer, 3K, 5K walk. Come on up.
Good morning, Mr. Mayor and everyone. My name is Dr. Peggy Winston Pritchett. People call me Dr. Peggy.
I apologize for mispronouncing the last name.
That's okay. I am a 3-time breast cancer survivor of 23 years, and I'm the founder of Dr. Peggy's Breast Cancer Foundation, Inc. I've requested the permission to have a breast cancer awareness walk in Portage at Woodland Park. I think it's the first of its kind. I've been a homeowner and resident for 6 years and an advocate for breast cancer survivors in our community. My organization that I founded is supported by Walgreens, North Shore, Health Centers, South Lake Martial Arts, Roadhouse, Longhorn, and 21 other companies that supported my first event, which was Dr. Peggy's Karaoke for the Cure. The impetus behind the foundation is to provide women with wigs, scarves, and health care, skin care, I should say, people that have suffered through chemotherapy and lost their hair and their self-esteem. We were able to donate 100 wigs to Northwest Oncology Center last year in October. And so this is a work of compassion and love, and what I would like to have happen is, and I don't know how to ask for things except just to ask, and that is for the city's support behind breast cancer awareness. It's a huge problem. As you know, 1 in 5 women are diagnosed with breast cancer. 1 in 8 die from it annually. If you don't know anyone, if you hadn't known anyone till now that had breast cancer, I'm in 4th stage. So you know me, Dr. Peggy Pritchett. And so I'm asking the city to please allow me to have a 3K walk at Woodland Park, where there will be vendors. There would be a $10 admission that they would pay to walk, and they would receive a package with their number and water and a T-shirt. And it's just to drive home the importance of showing compassion and love for people who have suffered breast cancer and their caretakers. I think that we can be, with our new mayor, a leader in showing our community how much we care about this issue. And that is why I'm here. And the idea is to walk for the cause in the morning on October 5th at Woodland Park, where people will come from near and far. I'm supported by the Hobart Church of Christ as well. They will come and support our walk, and in the evening, so we'll walk for the cause in the morning, and we'll sing for the cure at Portage High School in the evening, making it an event, a full day's event of breast cancer awareness for our city. And I'm just me. My husband and I are transplants here. We made this our home. I'm also a manager for Ford Motor Company on 130th and Torrance, and I've been out on disability from the company for 3 years. And for 3 years I have battled this disease, and I stand before you right now as a testament for me, the power of God. And so that's why I'm here, and I'm asking for help, and I'm not afraid.
Is the proposed route that you're looking to use, is it entirely within the park, or do you plan on crossing streets? Is that a part of why you're here for this board?
No, sir. I'm here just for your approval to have it in the park. I believe big things start small, and we've never had an awareness walk, so I want to start it at the park only, and have vendors there, and have the children that come out with their parents, they can play on the playground if they can't make it around. And it's not going to be a 5K, which is 3 miles, because some people like me can only walk a certain distance. So I made it a 3K so that everybody can do that and enjoy themselves in the process. And all the money is going to go toward buying wigs. I have lost my hair 3 times. So I know what it's like to feel ashamed and sad, but something makes me a fighter, so I'm not going to go down that road. But I know what it feels like to have that kind of suffering.
I think it's good to say we all support what you're doing. I think what we want to make sure is logistically and like from approval process, I always use that phrase, cross Ts, dot Is.
Yes, sir.
We happen to have Andy Miletta here. He's on the park board. Andy, is there anything that needs to be checked on the park board side for this?
Yeah, I believe since this is an event that's going to take place on park property, you would probably have to bring this request to the park board for approval. So if it was on city property anywhere else, within the city, this board would be the right board But you'll need to come to the park board meeting.
I would love to
And
do
again,
that.
you
I
know.
don't know
to
when it is.
reiterate, we all support this, and we're blessed to have you here today.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
for
And
sharing.
this is what a wonderful thing you're doing.
Thank
But as a matter of procedure, the parks do control the park properties and events, and you would need to come before that park board.
Okay, and then I can find out when that meeting is from
Yeah,
someone
Amy, would you have that date?
of this month in this building?
No, it's at Woodland Park.
It's at Woodland Park where, okay, because they were the ones that I contacted first that told me I needed to meet with you guys.
I have a feeling it's because, remember when I asked a few minutes ago about like closing
Logistics.
roads, what have you? If you were having like a 5K or something where you were leaving the park and crossing a
sir.
street and you needed like the police to block things off,
Yes.
we'd be the board that proves that. So they probably misunderstood 5K, thinking that it's like a race or something going through streets.
Yes, sir. Okay, I can clarify and I'll
Amy,
meet with
would
them
you
on the
provide that time for
The
Dr.?
time, 7 o'clock is the registration time.
No, not the time for your
Okay.
event, the time
Oh,
for
the time for the
the,
January
That meeting
meeting?
would
the
be at
meeting.
5:30 PM at Woodland Park in the Sycamore Room? Is that where they're holding the meeting still?
Sycamore Room
Yeah,
at 5
at 5:30.
on January 16th? Okay, outstanding. Thank you, and thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, and we're sorry for the confusion, but it's so great to know that your event is coming together. I'm excited for it, and I'm excited for you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Have a blessed day.
All right, next we have the 2023 Street and Paving Repair Project Change Order Number 2.
Good morning. What you have in front of you right now is the second and final change order for our 2023 street paving project, Phase 2. This project was for the resurfacing of Willow Creek Road, south of Route 6, Veterans Avenue, Central Avenue, and Evergreen Avenue. What you have is a change order deduct of $97,687.20. It is for zeroing out the quantities of the project and ready for closeout. So our department will recommend approval of this change order.
Are there any questions from the board? Do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve change order number 2 in the amount of $97,687.20.
I'll second.
We have a motion. Do we have a second? I missed that, sorry. Liz, can you call the roll?
Member Collins,
yes.
Member Lewis,
Yes.
Member Miletta.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. And then we have Crone Associates Accounting and Consulting Agreement. Liz, did you want to say anything to that?
This is an agreement that I would like to make between Cronin Associates for consulting fees for the clerk treasurer's office and also for the mayor. We did have Baker and Tilly, and I want to go in a different direction and go with Cronin Associates. I'm saving the city basically half of the cost it should be for consulting fees by going with a different company.
Do you have that exact amount that we're saving?
No, I don't. The contract is here in front of you as far as how much they're charging, and Baker and Tilly's prices vary from, theirs go from, all the way from 100, from 120 all the way up to $600. Depending on who comes. And as you can see, they're giving me a 20%, they're giving the city a 20% discount for the first 3 months of the transition period, which is greatly appreciated.
Thank you.
Did you say their rates are in this document?
Yes. Last page.
Is this just going to be an annual contract that needs to be renewed?
Yes.
Because all I see is it just says termination. It doesn't say that every year.
I will check into that to make sure.
It's just been our experience that contracts that don't really have a set termination date kind of get lost track of over time. So we seem like a good practice to keep them at 1 year.
Is that going to be your recommendation for a one-year contract, or do you want me to keep it open-ended?
I think a one-year contract, I would do it as a one-year contract, and then you can come back before the board, say November, for an extension of the contract for the next year if you're happy with their work.
Yeah, I agree.
Do we have a motion within that?
A motion that we approve the contract for Crone contingent upon it being a 1-year contract.
I second.
We have a motion, a second. Liz, could you call roll?
Member Collins?
Yes.
Member Lewis?
Yes.
Member Maleta?
Yes.
I do have one other question. Have we contacted the other company to let them know their contract's going to be terminated?
Their contract is the same thing. If you don't use them, you don't have to pay them. So we got their final bill.
It's a
for-
task contract, yeah?
I'm sorry?
Task contract, so you pay for just what you need as
Right.
you go.
That's how this one is, too. But to clarify that, I will call them and let them know that we will no longer need them. Baker and Tilly still are our bond advisors, so we still will be paying them a sum of money for the bonds, which comes out of the bond revenue.
Liz, I'm looking at the agenda. I think we're supposed to have another contract on here, the engineering.
I have the contract. It's in my, I didn't know we had to put it.
Oh, did
the
not
Board
have-
of Works had to approve it.
Oh, I thought that,
It was approved at Stormwater and the Sanitary Board.
we need the Board of Works to approve for it to be for the Planning Department, BZA. Yes. Sure. Was put through to be on the Board of Works contract for the Board of Works meeting. We can do that, sure.
Thank you.
Let's go with the bulk item appeals.
All right,
You were
one-
reading my mind.
Yeah, so we had one this month. I had been in contact with the property owner at 6600 Central before this meeting several times, and there was a dispute of who bulk was actually at the curb. She claimed it wasn't her or her tenant at the time. So with much discussion with her, she finally found out who was responsible. That individual has made her whole, but she's officially filled out a form. And just to go through this with the official legality of this, we should uphold the charge still, even though she has withdrawn her bulk item appeal. But she's not withdrawn it in written form, only in verbal form. But we have this appeal, so I'm asking the board to uphold the $200 charge regarding 6600 Central to just finish this, if that makes sense.
I think that makes sense.
Okay.
I make a motion to uphold the $200 charge to 6600 Central.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
And then we'll just, am I able to call roll, or? Yeah. Member Collins?
Yes.
Member Maleta?
Yes.
Member Lewis?
Yes.
That passes.
All right, thank you.
Mayor Bonta, if I could make a comment while the clerk treasurer is out.
Yes.
I wanted to say, first of all, hello to all I have not met. Secondly, with respect to that contract for the accounting services, there could be a provision inserted in there that automatically renewed, subject to a notice provision 90 days prior to terminate. It's up to you. I would recommend the 1-year program as the Board of Works has discussed today. So that's the input I would offer to you this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll wait for the other contract to come. Sorry, I knew that should have been in there, so want to make sure that we got that. For the time being, let's go in recess, and we'll resume once we know what's going on with that other document.
Oh, well, we could do that too.
So we get 20 minutes outside.
Okay, I would like to explain, I didn't know there was 3 contracts. I thought there was just 2, and I'm very sorry about that. It was in my office.
We found it,
Good to know.
and hopefully you have it in front of you now. So, the idea is for me, Great Lakes Engineering, my firm, to provide city engineering services for the city, under working for Mr. Tom Cherry, under his direction, and of course, reporting to you also. So the city engineer reviews, works with the planning department, does site plan reviews, subdivision submittals, consults with any of the departments that need technical assistance. And so this is a one-year contract, renewable at your pleasure. So it's only for 2024. And if you approve this, then we will then, actually, I'm going to appoint Alonzo Garcia to be my company's representative on the DRC and the Plan Commission. And we're looking forward to working with you.
I have a question. Is this the same contract that the other departments had approved already?
It's identical in terms of the legal language. There's a budget, a monthly budget not to be exceeded. It's a not to exceed contract billed by the hour, so it's on an as-needed basis. And so we have a budget. The planning department has their own internal budget that we will have to work within. So it's a T&M is what I would call it, time and materials. We will bill for work we do. It's not a fixed fee contract.
Did you submit your list of conflicts to the planning department?
I've submitted it to the city attorney just now. I have copies here to share with the planning department. And I think we were talking about whether there's an actual conflict of interest form that needs to be completed. So again, as a local engineering firm, we have ongoing projects. We have not been the city engineer. We're still not until you guys decide. So I have identified those projects on paper, and we will work through those conflicts. The plan would be that we will not be building any additional conflicts on a go-forward. As long as we're doing city engineering work, we will not be taking work that would be coming before the Plan Commission.
Do we have, and maybe this is a question for Tom, do we have the existing task contract that would allow us to, for conflicts, that would be able to be switched over for them to handle the review for those? Is that correct?
Yes, and for projects that they've already been involved with, that we want them to finish out, the end of March.
Ongoing.
Yeah,
That's still ongoing, like we don't have a problem there, is that correct?
correct. We just need, this is an extension of last year's task contract that we can still use them for those issues. Okay, so it's,
Thank you, and then,
want that now? Do you want to see that, or?
I'm good. Would anybody on the board like to take a look, or?
Giving it to the city attorney?
Yeah, and it's 1 year as well, but it's just so that we can use them for what they've already been involved with. So.
And the contract that we just received to review, Attorney Edward, have you had a chance to review it, or are you reviewing it right now?
Speed reading over here.
We apologize for the fact that this was not communicated through. At the same time, you submitted it to the clerk treasurer's office for it to be at this meeting, so I'm not sure how that got missed, and I apologize for that.
Again, I'll clarify. I'm a new clerk treasurer, and I thought there was only 2 contracts, and there was 3. Sorry, I am very
That's all
sorry.
right, yeah, but if we need potentially some time to review, Ed, I trust you for what you think is necessary there.
Yeah,
I
I
think
would
we
just
could
go
make a
ahead,
mo-
I would explain one thing for the attorney, and that is, the language that you see is the exact language that we used the last time we were doing this. Hodges and Davis basically provided the contract language to us, and then we customized it to the actual project. But if you would want to approve it today, contingent on the attorney's review and approval, that would make perfect sense to me.
Member Collins, so I've looked at it, and I'm scanning it very quickly, but I do see that it's a well-structured contract with headings and provisions that I would normally look for in a contract, so it looks comprehensive, but if the body wants to consider approval subject to my final review, that would be acceptable.
Thank you.
And I would just point out one thing that the Hodges and Davis always insisted on, and that is a termination clause. So you can terminate us at any time that you wish.
With that in mind, would someone like to make a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the professional service agreement between the City of Portage, Indiana, and Great Lakes Engineering based upon the board's attorney's review.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
A second.
All right, Liz, could you call the roll?
Member Collins?
Yes.
Member Lewis?
Yes.
Member Maleta?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Do we have any other claims? Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'd like to just get the approval for the contract with Avon March for their continuing, the ones that they've already been involved with. So just so they can finish out what they were already doing last year. So I submitted that to the attorney. So it's the same per task contract as they had in '23, and it's 1 year, but it's just so that we can use use them for the subdivisions and the other projects that they've already been involved with. So.
Thank you. Do we have a motion on that?
Contract?
Yes.
Yes. Ed, you take a look? This is an existing contract. This is to renew one that's been approved before.
Yeah, it's a renewal, I apologize.
So Abbott Marsh had this contract already, and this allows them to continue with their ongoing, and then also any ones that are conflicts with the new attorney, they'd be able to handle. Is it
Aben March.
Aben Marsh?
ABONMARCHE, professional services agreement. dated 1/8/2024.
I'll make a motion, we extend the contract to Aben Marsh dated 1/8/2024 for the professional service agreement so they continue the work they're doing and carry any that is a conflict.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
A second.
Liz, could you call roll?
Member Collins?
Yes.
Member Lewis?
Yes.
Member Maleta?
Yes.
And that passes. Were there any other claims? And then going on to major illness claims? Hearing none, is there any other business deemed proper to be brought before this board?
Yeah, we need to go through the, like the bills.
Oh, that's what I thought the claims was. I didn't hear any when I asked for them.
I got a question. We got bulk items appeal on here?
We did that. Going back to claims.
I guess the one question I have is I see Meyer Waste listed next to Ileana Transfer. In light of some other things, what are we paying them for?
Yes, sir.
So Myers Waste is is this on? Test one, here. Myers Waste is a subsidiary company to our current Republic Services. So they are handling our dumpsters down at the department. So that price is dumpster price.
Now, is that the price? So we're ending the dumpsters to the public this Friday, but is this a continuing contract for the dumpsters? They would go back to their original use, which is the city?
Yes, that is correct, Mayor.
Do we expect the bill to go down with, well,
Considerably, yes.
gotcha, but we still need to have the contract? Is that what you're saying in order for us to have it for its proper use?
Yes, that contract expires next year of August.
Thank you for clarifying.
Okay.
On page 2, there's a couple of, I don't know if they're credits, but it's from the United States Treasury, CCI refunds, awards, indemnities. Can we get a, what is that? Yes.
Diane, can you answer that? Page 2 of the document?
Is that something we had to pay? It says credit, but it's also on ours. This is what we pay.
It says refunds, CCI refunds.
Sorry to ask that question the first meeting.
Better ask it now. No worries.
The county sent us a payment, and it was not supposed to go to us, so that's just refunding money that was never ours to begin with.
So that's the county?
That's the county 4,021, yes.
Okay. But it's the treasurer, it's for the treasurer. We don't borrow from, we don't borrow. That's usually a tax issue.
Payment that we had to make to the church.
That had something to do with, some of the money that we got before with the CARES and the COVID. There was something that they gave it to you, but then part of it you had to pay back to it, and then it looks like the amount that had to be paid back. So that was just something that went back to the federal government. That they gave us and then.
Some went right before the end of the year, and one went after the first of the year.
Well, the first one, line 67294, it does say provider relief repayment.
Yeah, that's the one that they had given us, and then they wanted part of it back,
Oh.
for whatever reason we didn't.
We didn't use it, they gave it to us, we probably didn't use it, and then they gave it back.
It was more like a tax on what they gave you type of
Okay.
thing.
And the one below it's probably the same thing.
So it looks like that was an overpayment on a tax credit that they needed refunded, because that was your refund for your award. So yeah, it's just things that went through the treasury that when they went back through it again, they had given us too much, so they took it back. And this one here was just simply an error on county's part. They should not have ever given us that $4,000.
That one does say everything I see.
Mhm.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions as we're looking through? Do we have any motions regarding the claims?
I'll make a motion, we approve the claims in the amount of $2,416,985.69.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
A second.
Liz, could you call the roll?
Member Collins,
Yes.
Member Lewis,
Yes.
Member Maleta.
Yes.
And that passes. Going next into the agenda to major illness claims. Do we have any at this time?
None that are known to me.
All right. Go into any other business deemed proper to be brought before this board. Hearing that, is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
A second.
You want me to do a roll call?
Sure.
Member Collins,
Yes.
Member Lewis,
Yes.
Member Maleta.
Yes.